on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on.
Yeah. Oh, it is Spitters Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Welcome to NYYU. You already know the only place to be for everything New York Yankees related. We got you covered like nobody else. I'm here with the one, the only, Francis Lee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, brother, man? Happy Sunday. What's up, chat? I see y'all in there, rearing and ready to go. The chat going crazy early, man. They hype.
Hey, Spitter Sunday. Hashtag Spitter Sunday. I'm telling people.
For real. I'd be hyped if I was tuned into the best in the Yankee podcast universe, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I'm hype as it is just doing the show. I could imagine watching it. I wish I could have two of me. One could do the show, one could watch it.
That would be hilarious.
That would be fire.
You're just watching, you're like,
yeah, that's right. It'd be so. Look at that. Oh, wait, he's going to say this. Watch. That's exactly, you know yourself, so you know what you're going to say. What's up, folks? How we doing, everybody? Good.
Thanks, good. Appreciate that.
Good. This is nice.
I was on a retreat, not a vacation, but I'll take it. I got some rest, you could say, yeah.
This guy, forget it. This guy's like James Bond over here.
You know what it is. Prayer power.
They call him Lee. Francis Lee.
Francis Lee. Oh, my. Yo, if y'all, I'm going to start at the top. I got to start with this.
Oh, God. Where are we going? Where are we going out the gate here?
If you guys are not a part of the Discord, I say this all the time. Yes. I say this all the time. It has never been truer than right now. You are missing such a vital, integral part of what it means to be a member of the U. You have to, guys. The Discord it's taken on a life of its own. Like, it's literally, guys. I almost don't even want to tell you guys. Like, yo, just join.
No, they gotta join it. Yeah,
you're missing out, man. It's amazing what this community is doing, man. Just constant laughs, constant engagement, constant conversation.
Who the U is?
This, bro.
It's the U. It's the U. Kyle Malay out the gate. He says, "Hello, Peter Francis. Hope you had a good day. My football team sucks, but this show helps me when my team loses. Take my mind off of it." I forgot who his team is.
Is Malay a Jets fan, or because the Jets won today?
I don't know. I feel like it's somebody outside of New York, to be honest. He's going to say it. I know Kyle Malay's going to say it. My 49ers won today. That's a good thing. But we do got New York Yankees news to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Some fun stuff today. That's right. I thought it, you know, Malay, seriously, I was going to back. I think he's a Steelers fan, but I forget because him and DJ Steels be going back and forth in the Discord also. But
well, DJ Steels is about to take a loss to the Giants tomorrow, so he should.
Oh my God,
he should keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying? Francis is going out on the limb.
I was about to say, I don't know about all that.
It's quite the limb that I'm going out on.
You going out there, all right? But folks, we're gonna talk about this whole Sandy rumor real quick, and I wanna start right here, right? Because I don't want to go out there and everybody's like, "Oh, Pete's saying no." Jim Bowden said this, and what do I always say about Jim Bowden? Very serious about this. I don't know of anything Jim Bowden has ever gotten right. And that's not like, I'm not taking a shot at the guy. I'm really not. I just personally been doing this now. NYYU is going to be 4 years old. But even before NYYU, my other channel, Simonetti Saws, I've been doing this since like 2018. I do not remember a time where Jim Bowden has been correct. And I'm dead serious when I say that. And I could be very wrong here. But I do not remember a time when he was onto something. But I'm going to play what he said. We're going to listen. We're going to break it down. And we're going to go from there. Because there was truth to this rumor a few months ago. Just saying. There was legitimate truth to this rumor on trade deadline day. So
there's smoke around this.
There was definitely smoke around it. So let's go ahead and take a listen. We'll hear what he had to say. We'll start our breakdown from there. Here we go.
I also think Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins has a legitimate shot of getting traded to the New York Yankees. I know they've had a lot of discussions. I think if the Yankees decided that they would give up Spencer Jones, I mean, think of this for a minute. They could sign Kyle Tucker in free agency and then trade Spencer Jones for Alcantara. And now you've added Kyle Tucker and Sandy Alcantara to the team that won 94 games last year. And that would be a game changer for them.
All right, so you heard the name he mentioned, and the reason I'm gonna go ahead right now and say I give this a little bit of credit because past deals do get picked up again in the offseason. Conversation starters that may have happened in July, they do get picked up again. And sometimes teams go, hey, we kind of missed then. Let's figure out how to get this done now. If that is that a possibility? Now, he mentioned Spencer Jones. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here now. Francis, you tell me if you agree with me. Maybe I'm completely off, and maybe I could be off here because maybe the Yankees want to balance a little bit with Dominguez being a switch hitter. I feel if the Yankees go ahead and they go out there and they get a Tucker or they get a Bellinger back, I think it's obvious. We know what their outfield is, right? Am I wrong about that? We know what the Yankees outfield would be.
Going into 2026 for sure.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Look, matter of fact, I'll put it on the screen for everybody. There you go. It's back, folks. This is the offseason. It's back.
Graphic is back.
The graphic is back. All right? The graphics are back. You already know, for an example, right? We know Trent Grisham's in center field. We know Judge is in right. We know the infield right now. We know all that fun stuff. Yeah. Left field, let's say for an example, it is Bellinger or Tucker. The reason why I want to show this is because, yeah, it's as clear as day there's not a spot for Jasson Dominguez or Spencer Jones in 2026. We're not going to play this whole charade again and get angry. I'm not forcing myself to get angry no more. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get aggravated about where's Dominguez going to play. They don't like him. They don't like him. I don't think this is, and to be fair, I hate saying this. He's also not helping himself with Escogido right now because he's hitting like 160. So, I mean, Jasson Dominguez should be, JC Escara goes there and hits like 300 every year. Jasson Dominguez, for some reason, is hitting 160. I'm like, brother, we love you and I love you. And you know, here at the U, we really love you here. Yeah. But you got to show and perform a little bit at some point here for the team to go, all right, man, maybe we do give this kid a shot because if I'm looking at it right now, I'm going, yeah, it's winter ball, but brother, you should be smacking the shit out the ball in winter ball.
No, it's a fact. I mean, he's not doing himself any favors at Escogido right now. It's, again, he just started getting his feet wet out there. But I mean, let's be real. You were just playing less than 2 months ago with the New York Yankees. I mean, how much were you playing? It's debatable, but in terms of being in game shape is what I'm saying. Like, he should still very much be in game shape and shouldn't need that much of a ramp up to be able to produce and perform over there. And so far, the early returns are just not pretty. That one something batting average just doesn't look cute out there. And it's like, dude, you're seeing guys that you should be, more than able to handle, and you're not doing so as of right now. That could turn around with a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In Dominican winter ball, but it's worth mentioning that he's not showing up over there thus far. Now, as far as going into 2026, I wish I could disagree with you. I wish I could say, nah, there's got to be a place that they find. I mean, bro, we've seen this already. We've seen it going back to last year with Verdugo, and then now this past year with Trent Grisham, and now in Cody Bellinger. Now you're talking about, they brought Grisham back at $22 million. If they didn't start him over Grisham last year, you think they're going to start him over Grisham now that Grisham's making $22 million?
Hell no. $22 million means you're out there every single damn day. We know that.
As far as I'm concerned, like, people are kind of, bringing up the Bellinger and Kyle Tucker stuff as like, this will tell us really what's going to happen with Dominguez or whatever. To me, Dominguez's fate was sealed the moment that Trent Grisham accepted that qualifying offer.
Definitely. And that's sad, but you could put two and two together in that regards, right? Because look, even Brian Cashman slipped up early. He was like, we would like to get 2 outfielders. And then when Grisham accepted, what did he start saying? Well, there'll be a competition between Dominguez and Jones. No, we've heard that from Brian Cashman. For ages, we heard this with Cashman, right? Is that a lot of times they'll hype a prospect up and say, this guy's going to get a shot. Or, shit, if you're, me and France are in our 30s, you remember Bubba Crosby. Bubba Crosby was the starting center fielder, remember? And then Johnny Damon came out and was, exactly. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Bubba Crosby ain't going to start. But they were very comfortable with, Bubba could play, no problem. But this is a very interesting potential deal again. And I do want to stick here for a moment because in July of the deadline, the trade deadline day, Sandy was my thumbnail. And I was pushing the Yankees to make that trade because I made a prediction about him. Turns out my prediction was correct. I kept telling everybody his biggest issue in the first half coming off of surgery was his command was all over the place. He was all over the place. And I said, that's going to click, whether it's now or whether it's going to be next year. I really believe that's going to click and he's going to put it together. Second half of last year, the guy had a 3.33 ERA. He put it together. He started looking like his older self again. 83 innings, only 67 hits. He was like day and night, a 104 whip. He was a day and night pitcher in the second half when the walks went down a lot. Everything started going. He started to hit his spots more, and obviously there was less hits and things of that nature, less walks, less guys on base. And I do believe that talent is there. Nobody could deny that. Contract isn't crazy either. You're talking about $17 million for 2026, and it is a $21 million team option for 27. That is nothing, by the way. That's 2 years at not a large salary on a really good player. Here's what I want to ask you. He makes less. There you go. Makes less than Trent Grisham. Here's what I want to ask you, though, regarding the possibility of a deal. Do you agree with what Jim Bowden said? Do you think they would add Jones? And by the way, back in July, the Marlins wanted Jones plus more. That's why they didn't get anything done. That came out a little bit after that. Do you think they revisit that with Jones, or do they try to sell them on Jasson Dominguez plus the top? Probably. It would definitely take one of those guys and a top pitching prospect for him. They're not going to give him away for just Jones or Dominguez.
Yeah, I think it's Dominguez plus. I think
or Jones plus. I think it's either one.
Exactly. I feel like though, I truly feel that if the deal is going to be made though, this, over this fall, this winter, I don't see it being Spencer Jones. I think that everything that you saw with Dominguez at the end of the season, and even now with the fact that go play winter ball and everything, I think all that is to boost his trade value. I think that everything that we're seeing right now is an effort from the Yankees front office to make him more attractive as a trade chip, because they didn't necessarily accomplish that with the way that they played him in 2025. So right now, for you to sell Jasson Dominguez is kind of tough, because a lot of teams could just rebut that with, if he's so great, why didn't you guys play him?
And that's what I would do. I would 100% do that. And I would no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no question.
Why would you believe what Cashman is trying to sell you on this player now? If you
Francis, you got 2 years. Mm-hmm. You got 2 years that you guys had the opportunity to start this kid. It's like, why do we feel he's a headliner if you guys wouldn't believe that? So there's a problem here when it comes to that. Now, Sandy would, no doubt about it. I feel like a lot of Yankee fans, yes, they're going to see his season ERA, right? I've already got that message multiple times. Pete, didn't the guy have over a 6 ERA? Why are we doing this? It's because when the guy is on, he's one of the best pitchers still in the game. Or look, okay, yeah, there's a lot of guys that have passed him over the last couple of years, but Sandy, no doubt about it, would be a number, 2 out the gate for the Yankees? I think that's fair to say. Fried, Sandy? Here, let's take a look at it. There it is, right here for everybody. I think this is very, I think it's very, very fair. If the Yankees did get him, you're looking at Fried, Sandy, Cam, Louis Hill, Warren, of course, Cole and Rodon are on the IL to begin the year. Carlos Agranje, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, and Chase Hampton, who the Yankees did decide on keeping. They have high hopes for him to make a major bounce back. That's what the depth chart is looking like right now. Of course, I don't have Clark Schmidt listed on there. He's still around, but I think he's going to miss a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is likely, if everything goes well, maybe they add Imai still. I don't know. We'll see. But I still feel like that is where Sandy would probably position in the Yankees rotation out the gate.
I think the way that you're lining it up is the way that it goes. I feel like an argument could be made when you factor in the way that Schlittler looked at the end of the year, that stuff-wise going into the year, he could be a number 2, but there's so much that has to happen for him to supplant Sandy. He would have to have such a ridiculous spring training, and Sandy would have to look really bad in the spring for that to be the case. Just
Agreed.
Going off track record, you have to put Sandy in the number 2 spot. What sticks out to me though when I look at that though is I don't know why. I feel like there's two names there that I don't know if the two of them are there.
Who do you got?
Well, I see.
I think we're gonna agree. Can I yell one out? Because I think there's one, but I'm gonna let you get the second one.
Go ahead.
I think we both agree that Louis Hill is one of those guys.
Louis Hill is one of those guys.
Okay.
And Will Warren is the other guy. And I feel like
makes sense.
If they traded for Sandy Alcantara, I don't know that both of those guys are still here opening day. I feel like one of those guys gets moved, and here's why.
Warren would actually make sense in a deal like that.
I'm not even saying that he goes in that deal. I'm saying like this could be like, you know how Cashman works, right? We speak about it all the time. When Cashman does make these big deals, one of the things that we've given him tons of credit for, whether people agree or not, is they're always like puzzle pieces, and it's always like step 1, step 2, step 3. There's always like a myriad of things that he's trying to do, right? And sometimes it doesn't come to fruition, and he lets you know that like months down the line, well, actually, we did this move, but we also had another move, and that didn't come out, but whatever. But also, sometimes you do see it, right? Sometimes you see it, like when they got Gallo, and then they went and got Rizzo, and he said, yeah, like, but that was always the plan. Like we were talking on, but we were also talking on Rizzo, and the plan was always to get them both together. So I look at that and I'm like, I mean, I feel like they move one of those guys, and I feel like that is a lot of the reason that Yarborough's back.
Yeah, it's possible. No, you're right. I'll be honest, I left him completely off that depth chart. I forgot all about him. But because I mean, granted, like he's one of the under the radar things. Yeah, of course.
But I remember at the outset, right? We spoke about the guys who we were trying to bring back, whatever. Yarbrough wasn't there. Not necessarily because he was bad with the Yankees or anything.
You just overlook him.
It was just one of those things where it's like, look, I mean, do you have to have him? I mean, look at the depth that we have right now. Whatever. We didn't know about the Rodon injury at the time. So, things do change. Now, we know Rodon's out. Cole's out. Schmidt is out. They go back and they bring Yarbrough in there, and it's like, okay, cool. But, like, are they bringing him in there because they want to start the year with him in the rotation with Louis Hill and Will?
Nah, no way.
And then
There's no way.
That can't be it. That really can't be it. And I know that Cashman knows. I mean, you're going to spend probably over $300 million again on this payroll. Do you really want to start like that? Like, no, I don't think that's it. And I think if they do go out and make that move for Sandy, then it's like, okay, at the top we're Fried, Sandy, Schlittler. And that's until we get back Rodon and Garrett freaking Cole. When those guys come back, there's no question. Those guys come into, and he said that already. He said, yeah, when those guys come back, like it's a matter of figuring out, who's the odd man out, because those guys get their spots back, obviously. So imagine they trade for Sandy. Then the conversation immediately comes, okay, so we know what the rotation is supposed to look like at the end of the year, right? But what happens to Will Warren, Louis Hill, Clark Schmidt? Like, what happens to those guys? Like,
I mean, you got to plan for that, because obviously Garrett's on his way back. We know that. The guy's doing bullpens already. They're going to obviously, earlier in the year, we know how the Yankees roll. They're not going to look to rush him back. They're going to let him take his sweet time. And to be fair, that's the right thing to do.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that. Same thing with Carlos Rodon. You don't got to go crazy and rush these guys back. But let's be honest, when both of those gentlemen are ready, they're going to be in the Yankees rotation. We know that.
No doubt about it.
Somebody's getting bumped. They'll be in there. There's no question about that. And it's funny because one of the conversations and things I've talked about all offseason is that the Yankees should add a starter because they got a pool of starters they can then trade from. And it gives Brian Cashman the upper hand in a lot of deals of somebody becoming available, whoever that might be, we'll find out. But I do agree completely. Now, again, is it Sandy? I don't know. But I do agree completely that if Bellinger or Tucker is a Yankee, which, again, if you're going to give Bellinger all this money, you might as well give the extra and get Tucker. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely blown away by so many people that still say they'd rather have Cody Bellinger over Kyle Tucker. And I don't understand it. And look, everybody has their opinion. And look, let's do that real quick. Let's do a quick little breakdown on that, because I think it does make sense, because they might be the two hottest names on the offensive side of the market for the Yankees currently in Bellinger and Kyle Tucker. We don't know how much interest the Yankees really have in Tucker, but we'll talk about it, because I do understand where some fans are, but I want to get your opinion back and forth on that. David adds in on a super chat. Let's get a little music for him.
Thank you for being a friend.
Gahabagoop. Feel like they do both with Jasson as the first attempt, but Sandy would But Sandy, would you do Jason, Schmidt, Warren to start the trade? I don't think you'd have to do.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't think you need all that for just the one starter that's getting paid a decent amount too. So I don't think you got to do all that. I think one of the outfields will be a starter, and then of the deal, the main part of the deal, and then you maybe have a starter to add in there. But a lot of the pushback that I got when I said, and we had the episode where me and you both sat there and said, look, if it came down to Bellinger or Tucker, we both agree with each other that Tucker's the guy. I don't think Tucker's going to have a problem playing left field. Cody Bellinger's not going to sign a 4-year deal. He's not going to sign a 5-year deal. It's probably 6+.
Not in this market.
Not in this market. It's going to be 6+. If that's the case, I believe wholeheartedly that Tucker is the guy to go to. We saw what that type of profile player does in front of Aaron Judge with Juan Soto. We talked about this a lot. But people's response to me on this has been, but Pete, Bellinger has done it in New York. We've seen the year he had. Didn't have a good postseason. There might have been an injury there. Who knows? But he didn't have a good postseason. We know that. And he plays multiple positions. But I'm sorry, Francis, it's not more valuable than Kyle Tucker. It's still not. I don't care how you try to spin it. Go ahead and spin it all you want. Spin it as much. Spin it like a spider web. Spin that baby around. Build it up.
And that's what they're doing.
Become Spider-Man.
Oh, they're
whatever
spinning.
it is. Spin it.
Oh, they are
spin
spinning.
it. Spin it as much as you can. Try to spin it and try to convince me. Somebody, please try to convince me that if you're gonna go to 6+ on somebody, it should not be Kyle Tucker and it should be Cody Bellinger. Francis, I'm sorry, nobody has convinced me. It's batshit crazy.
They can't though. Like honestly, you can't. I'm sorry. Like I mean, Bellinger has his apologists out there, but I think even the most fervent of Bellinger fans has to sit there and just call a spade a spade. If you're looking, like I get it. I've heard like Joel Sherman try to do it.
They all are.
It's nonsensical. It's really nonsense. He's more of a fit for the Yankees and what the Yankees need. No, he's not. I'm sorry.
That's a fit.
Do you see
That's
that?
a fit.
What are we talking about? Fit? Oh, he plays the multiple positions. How many games at first base do we really plan for Cody Bellinger to play this year? Can we talk about that?
Francis, we had no first baseman basically last year. How many did he play?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to be an ass. Like seriously, and it's not a shot. Let's be honest, guys. We all expected, right, that Goldie was going to be the guy at the gate. Goldie got off to an amazing start. Then he really struggled. For the rest of the year, he struggled. Yeah, I get it when it comes to Ben Rice, but Ben Rice was DHing, catching, getting starts at first base. I mean, we were making the case that maybe Dominguez gets in left field and you move Bellinger to first base a lot. And the Yankees never even attempted to do something like that.
Pete, my question when all this happens is real simple. You call every fucking game. How many games did we lose because of Ben Rice at first base?
Not a lot.
This is what I'm saying. If it was, listen,
if any,
because if I ask you the same question about Anthony Volpe, I mean, we know
a lot.
We know that there's several situations where big moments. I mean, shit, I can name big moments that we lost because of Jazz at second.
Yeah, easy.
But for whatever reason, losing a game because of Ben Rice at first base doesn't come to your mind immediately. You know why? Because he's not as horrible as we've kind of made him out to be. We do this, right? Narratives that follow players and surround players. We end up running with them sometimes and make them bigger than what they are in reality. In reality, Ben Rice, he's not an elite Gold Glove first baseman by any stretch of the imagination
now.
Not at all. But like Boone said about Dominguez last year, I will repeat the same thing for Ben Rice. I don't see why he can't be a more than formidable first baseman. I'm sorry, I don't.
He has all the athletic prowess to
see
be
why
a
not.
Good first baseman. Definitely.
Works hard.
I see that with him.
He works hard. He takes care of his body. He's in great shape. I don't see why he doesn't take another step next year. I don't see why. So if that's the case, then why am I prioritizing Cody Bellinger's versatility for a position that I don't plan on playing him there really?
And let me give you,
if Rice gets injured, who's your backup first baseman? So that's why we're signing Cody Bellinger?
Yeah, and we talked about that. You can't do that. That's what your bench is for. That's legitimately what your bench is for. To have somebody that can play first base, that if somebody goes down, you'd have somebody that's an adequate first baseman. That's Brian Cashman's job. But the starting 9 he puts on the field is supposed to be the best players you have, and you're supposed to look for the best players possible. Just to prove your point, Cody Bellinger will be an outfielder for the Yankees. Center field, left field, that's it. Last year, he started 3 games at first base.
Thank you.
He started 3 games at first base last season, where it's a position that everybody agrees, yes, he plays the position very, very well. But if you're making that a case on why he's a better fit than Kyle Tucker, I'm sorry, I can't take it for real. And I think Kyle Tucker has been a good enough right fielder that he could be a very good left fielder. He's a guy, one, that isn't a slow runner. He's not a slow baser, and he steals bags in his career. Yes, is left field more difficult at Yankee Stadium than right field? Yeah, but you could easily make a case that that shouldn't be as tough as a transition for a guy like him. You're not taking a heavy set. You're not taking Juan Soto. Again, I know we talk about my best friend a lot here, but you're not taking a right fielder like Soto, who is not the best defender in the game, nowhere near it, and saying, we need you in left field. That would have been a nightmare with Soto in left field at Yankee Stadium. You wouldn't have wanted to see it. People complained about Dominguez. It wouldn't have been too far off. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Tucker is going to be, he would not be a disaster in left field. So you got to look at the overall profile of the player. And I'm sorry, guys, it's not close. Him and Bellinger are not close. Again, people said the man had a down year. He had a 377 on-base percentage. How many more RBIs does Aaron Judge have if that guy's batting in front of him? These are just simple facts. I don't know how this is even really a debate, to be honest.
I mean,
here we are.
We say it all the time. We literally say it all the time. Look, you want an idea of what Kyle Tucker and Aaron Judge in the same lineup will look at? You want a glimpse into what that will look like? Look at 2024 Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. I'm not saying that Tucker is going to be what Juan Soto was on the New York Yankees. I'm saying that if you want to know what it could look like, just look at that, because he's pretty freaking close, okay? He's pretty freaking close. You saw that spot that we just pulled up. He's pretty friggin' close.
You're damn right. You're damn right. No doubt about it. Ronnie says it's a no-brainer. And chat, I mean, look, I think the majority of this chat says that they'd rather have Tucker if you're going to have to pay somebody. I agree with all you. But there is a large contingent of Yankee fans who really believe you go the other way. Guys, we got 500 plus in the chat. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up like you never hit a thumbs up before a day in your life for the U, baby. My brother Ronnie says, sorry, but F Sandy, get me Emai. We'll talk about Emai a little bit, but I want to stay on the Sandy thing for just a little longer. CWE, my guy, says, Yankees picking Bellinger over Tucker would be like when we chose Rizzo over Freeman. I mean, I'm going to keep it 150 with you, brother. You're not far off on that one. And it's kind of been the way of the Yankees as of late. And a lot of people, kind of get mad when I talk about this shit, but where are the committed players to the Yankees? Where's the long-term contracts that you're pairing a guy that's an offensive player? Yeah, there's Max Fried, there's Carlos. I know that. I'm not knocking the Yankees on that. It is fair to knock and still praise. That's kind of what you do in fandom, just so everybody is aware of that. You can't just say everything the team does is correct. It's not. Yankees have had many mistakes over the last 16 years of not winning, by the way. But again, where is the pair that is supposed to run this thing with Aaron Judge? Who is it? Where are the players? Where's the Yankees sitting there going, we're locking you in long term because you two have to be the guys. You got to be the guys going forward that lead this offense. And we're going to build around you. They've been trying just to build around Judge with almost different players every year. It's never been a consistency. And that's what A-Rod talked about when A-Rod was like, this is not a consistent team. They have not had a consistent team going out there with Judge. It's somebody new every year. You got to lock somebody in. And again, Tucker right now, out of everybody that's available, he is definitely that guy. But if you got anything to add on that, Francis, go right ahead. But I do want to jump back to the Sandy conversation real quick.
Let's jump back to the Sandy stuff.
Getting right back to the Sandy stuff. Look, I don't know who else is available on the trade market. And I do want to pencil this in with kind of where Ronnie is. Right now, as it stands, now look, winter meetings are coming up. There's going to be a lot of names mentioned. It happens every single year.
I'm excited.
By the way, me too. We'll be live. All right. I'm going to be live probably early until late, like we always do every year. But there's going to be names mentioned that blow everybody's mind. You're probably going to get a message that somebody, Yankees might be interested in Bo Bichette. It happens every year. And you're like, yeah, come on, cut the shit. Like, we gotta kind of dissect this piece by piece. But I don't know who else is out there. I'm with Ronnie. Imai has been my guy. He's going to stay my guy. Imai is a guy that said, I don't want to join the Dodgers. I want to beat the Dodgers. I want to be that guy. Now, Francis, a little bit of good news here. Buster Olney came out and said, I don't know if the Giants are going to be the team. I don't think the Giants are kind of going that route. So he's going to be open. You're going to let the Boston Red Sox get him? You're going to let the Blue Jays get him? And look, I'm not saying these teams might.
We're screwed.
Bro, I'm just bringing up teams that could affect us if we don't make a move.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We should be on Brian Cashman. I'm not saying he hasn't been. I think there is interest there because the Yankees aren't that dumb. We always make jokes, but they're not that stupid. They're gonna kick the ball around there and see where it's going. Imai, again, from day one, I've been telling everybody you should go that route because it opens up all your pitching. Now, would I be mad at the Yankees traded for Sandy? No, I wouldn't be. As long as Tucker or Bellinger, I guess, and I don't want to go there. I like Tucker. But Imai should certainly be the guy that the Yankees look to go after if it's just a little bit of Schkarl. That's who it should be.
I agree. And I agree for similar sentiments. I think, first of all, that's the big point, the one that you mentioned at the end there. With Imai, it's just money. Right?
That's right.
And what do we mean when we say, because we say this a lot, and I don't know if everybody, what do we mean when we say it's just money? What we mean is it's just something that you have in an abundance that a lot of teams don't. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to prospects, when it comes to your farm, there's a myriad of other teams that can compare with you, that can compete with you, that can beat you because they have better farms. They have better prospects available. They have better capital. Now, if you have a couple of pieces, which the Yankees do, I'm not saying they don't have anything. That's a horrible story that gets perpetuated once a year. Every year you can set your clock to it, okay? They love doing this. All the Yankees farm is depleted. They've got nothing. They're no good. And then all of a sudden at the end of the year, they have to rank them in the top 10. It happens every single year. The Yankees have plenty of players that people are coveting. I can tell you for a fact there are teams that are in love with Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. Okay, they are high out of their minds about this kid. Okay, I know for a fact that there are teams, even with all the flags that we've noted on this channel, that like Spencer Jones, that think, listen, this guy could be the real deal. He really could have lefty Judge potential. These are facts. People like these players. Now, I say all that to say, if I could sign a pitcher and upgrade this rotation without trading any of those guys, what does that mean for those guys? That they're in my plans for 2026? Not necessarily. It means that I can still very well trade those guys. But now I'm trading them not to fill that hole that I just filled with the money. If we sign Imai, we have solved the rotation with just money, meaning that now we can move these guys for different things. Now, maybe you could get creative and talk about a shortstop out there and say, listen,
that's right.
I know what we're saying publicly, but everybody and their mother knows we really do need to upgrade at the shortstop position.
Right.
We got Spencer Jones here. We got Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. We got Carlos Legrand. Hey, let's talk.
Who tops out at 103 miles an hour, by the way.
I didn't say his name before, but let me tell you, he's another guy. Why are people in love with him? Pete just said 103.
103 miles an hour.
He throws 103. And
that's not that bad.
I mean, Pete, the thing about it is people can say, well, sometimes wild the control or whatever. Here's the beauty about throwing 103. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just doesn't matter.
You throw a 103, they're going to say, look, for 9 innings, put it out there for one.
Sometimes you get out there and it's a full count. And oh my God, other pitchers are like, I don't know. Do I go to the curveball here? Maybe I throw the slider. Oh, maybe the sweeper. People love the sweeper. Oh, that cutter, whatever. When you're Carlos Legrand, you know what you'd say? Number one. Yo, don't
103.
I'm throwing 103. And if it's down the middle, better. I dare you hit it. I dare you. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. People, if we are able to sign Imai, which aside from the fact that it's just money, if you ask me today, Francis, lie detector test, who do you think has a better year next year? I go Imai. I'm not saying that Alcantara is going to have a bad season, But I think Imai, just the way that he's talking, it seems like this dude is gonna come off that plane with something to prove.
Bro, let me just throw this out. Samurai Japan. That's all you got to hear about. He pitches for Samurai Japan. That's it. End of the story. End of story. He throws 97, 98. End of story. He got a filthy splitter. He throws like 5 or 6 pitches. We've heard that before. Yamamoto. He's not. And look, these guys I do pretty well with when it comes to Japanese players because I speak with people that watch these guys day in and day out. Mm-hmm. And that's why I've had my concerns about Murakami when I was in love with the guy for a while. Like, wow, I can't wait till he's ready. A lot of people have said, I see where you are, and we all are. We see the talent. But there's so much damn concerns there that it could go really bad. He's like the weirdest player. It's like the weirdest coin flip. It's almost like a 50-50. Like, man, if he falls on that heads, good luck. Good luck with that one, because that's gonna be ugly. But if he falls, if he falls on that 10, on that tails, he might. He's gonna be really damn good. But Imai feels like a real sure bet. Like he feels like somebody that you could place in your rotation and go, all right, look, a lot of these Japanese pitchers did have tough first years, and again, not saying they were horrible, but there is an adjustment period. So you might see a guy have a little bit of struggles out the gate. But you got to feel very confident that the type of pitcher he is, the type of mentality he has, the type of work ethic he's known for, he's going to be the real deal here. And I worry about the Yankees missing out again because, look, I've seen some people say, yeah, he probably just said that stuff to get the Dodgers. He's still going to go to the Dodgers. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nah.
He had the opportunity to simply just say, no, whatever. Those guys are doing great there. We'll see where it goes. I mean, look, I'm open to many clubs. I'm first time I've ever an outright free agent coming to pitch in America, and we'll see how this goes. He said straight up, nah, man, I don't want to pitch for. I want to beat them. I don't want to pitch for them. I want to beat that team. These are my friends. I played them with the WBC. Yeah, I want to beat them. I want to beat them. I want to be the guy that defeats them.
To me, you talk about a pitcher with the Mamba mentality. Like I'm all over that. That Kobe Bryant mentality of, I don't want to play with y'all outside of the national game. I don't want, like, no, when we're here in the highest league that we played, throughout the year, I want to go at you. I want to beat you. I think, he hasn't said anything about this, and he won't because he's an honorable dude. But if I had to bet, I would say he don't like that Yamamoto light shit that people put on him.
Nah, he can't.
I don't think you hear the way this man talks, and y'all calling him Yamamoto light. Like, nah, he don't like that shit. I can't wait. You understand? Like, I dream about matchups like that. You understand? I dream about.
Trust me, he does.
Like
I can see it.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about?
These are the things that Francis dreams about.
This is what I dream about: Yamamoto on the Dodgers, Imai on the Yankees, going at it in a series at any time of year, and they go and they shake hands before the games and they take pictures. Yeah, and then the game starts and Imai's like, "I'm gonna kill him."
Switch of the face, and that's it.
I live for that. That's the mentality. Pete, we've been how many years? How many years have we been saying that the Yankees, one of the biggest things that they lack is that edge, is that attitude, is that
every year
they don't have that, and we had it in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Our guy, your best friend, Juan Jose Soto Pacheco, he had an edge, he had attitude, he had swag, he had aura. Now I'm not saying
you hear that, Francisco.
Anyway. It's not just about swag and aura because Jazz has swag and aura, and Jazz talks a lot. But sometimes when we're talking about that edge, you don't even got to say much. Jeter had it, and Jeter wasn't talking shit on the field.
Facts.
Jeter wasn't saying shit on the field.
Facts.
He was just going out there to beat you. He didn't want to be your friend. He didn't care that you didn't like him. He didn't care that you thought he was overrated. He didn't care. He had 5 rings. You understand?
Facts. No doubt.
I live for that. That's why I wanted Bryce Harper. That's why I wanted Manny Machado. That's why I wanted Juan Soto to stay.
We always want dogs, man. Yes. We want the dogs on the team.
We want the dogs. We're dog lovers, okay?
Yeah, facts. We want dogs on this team. My guy Pablo says if we get Tuck and Okamoto, Bell is an afterthought. If you get Tucker, he's an afterthought. You just get Tucker. He's an afterthought. I don't care about him no more. But I just want to ask that. I wanted to chat. Can you imagine? We don't got to go into this. We really don't have to go into this. Can you guys imagine if this was a Mets podcast and we'd be talking about what's going on right now? I just said, you brought up Soto one time. I said, you hear that, Francisco? Immediately, Frankie, dial it back, brother. That's his team. I'd be going bananas right now.
All I'm going to say is,
let me tell you guys something real quick.
Our friends over there.
It comes my family. This is who I defend. This is my order of defending. My family, the Yankees in good situations. My brother, Francis. No, your family. You go one.
Yeah.
Family, the Yankee organization, because I defend them when it's somebody else talking. Don't talk about it. And then it's Juan Soto, okay? I defend him. It's his team, damn it. His clubhouse. Hand the keys to him.
Listen, all I'm going to say...
And you're going to like it, Frankie.
All I'm going to say is, to our friends over there in Queens, man, listen, y'all lucky. We got a lot to talk about on the Yankees front, because if it was a really slow news week... If it was a slower news week, we would have some fun. Okay?
Oh, God, okay? I tell you. Hey, guess what?
The Georges and Queens would be getting upset.
I tell you what, man.
Having some fun. But we're not going to
Hal wouldn't be having calzones with them. No calzones for you.
Tell you, bro, because let me tell you, that was, they lucky. Listen, in an alternate universe.
Do we got any of our Mets fans in the chat today?
In the alternate universe where Designated Spitters is a Mets podcast, we are currently going wild about that article.
Oh man, you guys think Pete is bad at times. Lord have mercy. Imagine, I'm sorry. I'm defending Juan. I'm look, they go, you're biased. Okay, good. I'm biased. Good.
And I am biased.
Good. Matter of fact, if you guys remember, when he signed a deal, I said they should name him captain immediately. There shouldn't be an argument. Oh, but Lindor, no, that's his team. That's his team. Sorry.
You did.
Pass it on over there, and that's it. His damn team.
I'll say just to qualify that also. Coming from a Yankees fan's perspective, right? And this is the only thing I'll say on it. But coming from a Yankees fan's perspective, you shouldn't expect us to say anything negative in that regard when it pertains to Juan Soto, because all he did over here was be an exemplary teammate, player on the field and off the field, and win in every situation that we needed him to do so. So, of course, we would hear whatever's happening over there and side with Juan Soto, because all we know of him is that he came over here, he fit right in, Judge went over, made
like a glove,
one of the guys, and all of a sudden we just started winning and we went to a World Series. And unfortunately, that World Series didn't end the way we wanted it to, but we had a ball with the guy. So it's hard for me not to side with him. I'm sorry. If Soto's saying something, chances are I'm listening to Soto. I'm sorry. I'm going with
I'm taking a listen, damn it. I'm listening to my guy, damn it. That's all that happens. I'm going to listen to him, all right?
Soto's in DR trying to mind his business, and he's getting text messages. Yo, they're talking about you in the New York Post. He's, ay, coño.
Poor guy's trying just to relax, and that's it. But getting back, of course, away from designated Mets. Let's take a step down from designated Mets here for a second and continue back to our wonderful New York Yankees.
Hear that, Uncle Stevie? Got a ring to it. No,
hey, Uncle Steve, take it easy, brother. Take it easy, brother. But Imai.
Let me stop before Jiro starts.
Yeah, Jiro's gonna start tagging him and shit like that. Forget about it's gonna cause havoc all over the place. Look at them. These guys want to be Mets fans. That's what they're gonna tell us. I don't need that in my life right now, okay? I don't need that.
I don't gotta be a fan to cover the team. Just saying. I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Oh my God!
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
What?
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
I tell you what, this guy. Forget about it. There it is. That's it. Now we're done. Going back, Imai last year had under a 2 ERA. The previous year had a 2.7 ERA. Again, there's not much more you need to look at that you gotta like from Imai. And again, from the Yankees standpoint, if again you can get somebody for money, that's the route to go. Again, really been saying this since the beginning of free agency. Now, of course, I was on the Bichette train, but then I realized, like everybody else did, it was a pipe dream, and Pete dialed it back. You know it's not gonna happen, so why we continue to talk about this? And yeah, I've learned my lesson, and I've dialed it back, and I said, all right, we know Bichette's not gonna be a Yankee, and not that's smart in that regard because, you know, Anthony Volpe. But Imai just allows them to make any other deal. And I don't think we have any idea of what the names could be available out there. I don't think we really know of what players could be available. I don't think we know what, like Francis said before, is there a shortstop available out there that we don't know about? Is there a team that the Yankees could entice and go, hey, look, we like this guy. we got an opening. At the end of the day, we do, because guess what happens if the Yankees were able to bring in a shortstop? Well, then Jose Caballero becomes your third baseman against lefties. That helps you out a little bit, doesn't it? You don't have to worry about going to pick somebody else up there.
For sure it does.
Yeah, preferably you'd want a right-handed bat. And look, chat, if you guys want to throw some names out there, we'll talk about it too, but I don't really know who's available out there or who could be available out there that's a right-handed bat that plays shortstop. A lot of people mentioned some names. I know Ezequiel Tovar is one of those guys. I'll be honest, he doesn't really do it for me.
Neto, obviously, Tyler.
Neto, forget about it.
Neto.
I mean, that's top line.
To me, Neto is. People are probably going to give me flack for even saying it, but to me, I put the possibility of a Neto deal somewhere in the range of a Tatis Jr. deal. To be honest with you, like that's how little I think it's possible for the Yankees to execute something like that this offseason. Not that they wouldn't entertain it if it was told to them that he was available, because I do think. Listen. Play the game. Winter meetings are coming up.
Okay, I'm going to play the game.
Brian Cashman gets off a plane. Where are the meetings this year? I want to play the game. Okay. Wherever the meetings are this year, Cashman gets off a plane there. And in day one, he's walking around and the scuttlebutt is all of a sudden, he's like, I don't know, Brian, if you heard this, but apparently, Angels are, they're listening on Zach.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I'm just saying. As crazy as we have said that the Yankees are, as many mistakes as we said that the Yankees make, I can't sit here and say that Brian Cashman hears that and says, nah, we're just not. No, he goes and he has a conversation. I don't care what he said about Volpe. I don't care what he's made sure that other people say about Volpe. I don't care what Boone has said about Volpe. I don't care what anybody says about Volpe. If somebody somewhere tells Brian Cashman that Zach Neto, they're listening on this guy, he's going and he's talking. He's gonna have a.
Oh, you got to. Yeah, man. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either. But it's obviously fair to talk about it.
Yeah, look, for sure.
Let me tell you this.
Stranger things have happened.
Hey, I've famous words from Papa Simonetti. Never forget it. Let me just say this real quick. The Yankees have the perfect opportunity. You guys remember I was making jokes about it the day they had Brian Cashman and Boone had the. I was like, run! This is your moment. Take it and run. Put somebody else there. And it's funny because the Yankees have kind of felt like the organization that's like, we want to be careful. We don't want to hurt no players' feelings. We want to be very gentle with these guys. We got the warm milk, the cookies, the cupcakes are fresh out the oven. We got little sleep pods with bedtime stories, Franklin books, the turtle. We got the books right there for them to take a little nap time. We got all that. It's brilliant. But now we can just go out there, replace Volpe, and simply just go, well, is this you guys, obviously this is a shortstop, right? He's replacing Volpe. Well, look, we believe Anthony Volpe got a place in this organization. That's it. That's all you got to say. Now, everybody knows what it is. Nobody's stupid, but you save face. You simply just go, hey, look, we feel there's still a spot here for Anthony Volpe. Now, is that going to be shortstop immediately? No, but we really do believe that Anthony Volpe has a spot in this club. He just got to earn that. He just has to earn that at this point. That's all. He's coming back to surgery. We really want to let him take it easy, but we believe there's a spot for him here. You're not saying nothing wrong. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first person to say this. Maybe there is. Maybe there actually is. Second base is open next year. I'm just saying.
True.
I'm just throwing something out there that could make a little sense for the Yankees. Maybe he gets some of that time in AAA. Maybe he gets a little bit of that extra time to go work on things and say, hey, look, kid, you don't got a spot here no more. You better pick your shit up quick. And maybe it kicks him in the ass or lights a fire under his ass a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, you're just being reasonable.
Just being reasonable with how they could kind of release that and put that information out there.
Let's be real. I mean, if there was a world where you got Lombard Jr.
Exactly.
You got Lombard Jr. there.
Exactly.
Like, say there's a world where it's like, oh, we're listening because we try to extend them. He wasn't interested or whatever. So like we're thinking, let's move him and try to get a haul for his ass now while we still can type shit. Okay, the Yankees got options. You could trade Lombard over there. You could throw in. I mean, hell, you could. I don't know what's the situation over there on the Angels at second base. What if you sat there and said, okay, we'll give you Lombard, we'll trade you the year of Jazz that's left because we can't extend him, and then we'll give you a young arm. Like, talk to us. Like, could that get it done? I mean, that's a lot. We're giving you a shortstop of the future after another year or two in the minors. We're giving you a box office second baseman, 30 home runs, 40 stolen bases, and he's going to sell a hell of a lot of jerseys over there in Hollywood. And then we're giving you a nice pitching prospect on the yard. I mean, the Yankees have what it would take.
Oh, no doubt about it.
The issue. No
doubt about it.
That's what I'm saying. The issue is that it's not so much that they wouldn't do it. It's more so it's not a possibility because the Angels really don't have a reason to trade him right now. But I feel like what you just outlined is a fact. Like, they have the perfect out. This is a very rare situation with them that they have the perfect way out.
They don't even have to make a decision on Volpe.
They don't have to mention it. They'd be, no. Somebody brings it up. They'd be like, but what does this say for Anthony Volpe's future, Brian, or whatever? They'd be like, absolutely nothing. We still believe in Volpe. We love the player. Right. We can't wait for him to get back. And when he's back and he's healthy and he's ready to go, it's going to be a good problem to have. They love saying that. It's a good problem to have. They love that phrase.
Yep.
It'll be a good problem to have. Just saying.
So looking at, I just pulled up Fangraphs, right? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm like, I don't know who's the shortstops on teams. I know a few of them. I know the big ones, obviously, but let's take a look at a lot of them here. In WAR alone, Anthony Volpe is ranked 25th. And the only reason why I continue I hammer this home and you laugh because obviously you're a Yankee fan, right? It's comical that this is what our shortstop is. But you can hammer this home all day and literally, besides, maybe one of the outfield spots or anything else, there is no bigger glaring need on the New York Yankees than a shortstop. And there's almost a part of me that goes, there's no way the Yankees are that blind to this. Or there's no way they got such blind loyalty. If they really want to win, they could sit there and go, yeah, we can't do this because of Anthony Volpe. It just does not add up. In Fangraphs WAR, he was ranked 25th. The players above him, Joey Ortiz, Josh Smith, Otto Lopez, Xavier Edwards, J.P. Crawford, Trevor Story, Zach Neto is 16th on that list, C.J. Abrams, Xander Bogaerts, Dansby Swanson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of all the shortstops that were ranked better than Anthony Volpe last year. Now, I'll be honest with you, I can't really look at this list and say I could see that deal happening with anybody that's like in the top 10. Those names, Bobby Witt, we know. Perdomo, ain't no way in hell. Turner, not going to happen. Lindor, he might. Just kidding. He ain't going to happen. Jeremy Pena.
That's a funny thing.
Jeremy Pena is not going to happen. Gunnar Henderson, Baltimore is not going to do that, especially to the Yankees.
No.
Ellie, no. Willie Adames, no. Bo Bichette, could. They're not going to do it. We know that. Mason Wynn, St. Louis ain't dealing them. Jacob Wilson, ain't no way in hell they're dealing them. Mookie Betts, obviously not. Dansby Swanson, very, very doubtful. Xander Bogaerts, they probably would, but I don't think the Yankees would want to do that. C.J. Abrams, the guy that's kind of taken off for our young Nationals team. Zach Neto is right there. You never know. Trevor Story's back in Boston. And from there, it's like, who could the guy be? I don't know.
What's crazy to me is that the Yankees talk about Volpe like he's Zach Neto, like he's Abrams or whatever. And it's like, dude, no, like just no.
Yeah, nah, he's not.
Look, as a guy, as a whatever. I mean, I'm sure he's a cool kid. You know what I mean? He's got a phenomenal story. We've seen the picture with him and Jeter tons of times. I mean, beautiful. Hit that
respect all that
in the World Series. Loved it. Great moment for the Yankees. But great moment for us as fans. He's not it. I saw somebody early in the chat say, Neto's not a superstar. You got to trade Lombard for something better than that. I got news for you, kid.
Neto? What?
I got news for you, kid.
Neto?
If you think that you don't trade Lombard for a Neto because Lombard is worth more, I got a bridge to sell you. Okay, they might tell you that Lombard is not enough for Zach Neto, and I don't know that they're wrong.
I think they would tell you he's not. There ain't no way they doing that for him straight up.
There's no way in hell. Let's not,
there's
no disrespect, but like let's not overvalue our guys either. Let's not have that Yankee, disease.
Yeah, we can't
we
do
have
that.
a lot of times where it's like we get Yankee-itis with our prospects, where it's like everybody's trying to undervalue them or whatever. It's like I get it. We do get a lot of shit from our farm and stuff like that. But there's also a real world where the Yankees overvalue these people. They
no doubt
these people. And a lot of times, a lot of fans, you drink the Kool-Aid. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what happened? What happened with Anthony Volpe? Whatever. Pete tried to tell you guys it would be a victory if he hit 240. They were like, Pete, what are you talking about? He's gonna
I got destroyed by everybody on that.
Do you remember?
How can you say that? How are you a Yankee fan saying that? I'm just saying what I was told.
Pete,
by Scout. I'm just telling everybody to lower their expectations.
And 3 years later, people could go back to that quote and say, "Damn, I mean, shit. If he would have hit 240 this year, I would have been
happy."
Like, you know what I'm saying? You said, if he hits 240, he's a solid year, whatever. No. Yeah. He's gonna hit 350. He's winning the batting title, Pete. He's gonna be the rookie.
300 plus. Forget about it. That's who the guy is.
That's who he is. Oh, I remember those comments in the chat.
That's who he is. Yeah,
Pete, that's who he is. Why are you saying this? This is who he's always been.
You're undervaluing him. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. Just lower the expectations.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's just let's be smart about our guys.
Just to prove what you're talking about with Neto real quick. And again, guys, nobody here is saying that the Yankees are making this deal. We're just bringing up off-season conversation, right? Neto back-to-back years, according to Baseball Reference, a 5.1 WAR in back-to-back years. Zach Neto is 24 years old. He hit 26 home runs. Okay, he had a 319 on base. He had a 257 average. He had a 793 OPS. He had a 117 OPS plus. If you think that the Angels are picking up that phone and saying, "Oh, you'll give us Lombard who struggled at AA," no problem. Let's make that deal. There's no way in hell. There is no way in hell. The guy is controlled for years to come. And he's one of the top offensive shortstops in baseball. There's no way.
4 years of control. Somebody in the chat is this GRO. You getting me? You said don't overvalue Neto. Do you know what 5.1 WAR is? In back-to-back years, 5.1 WAR, and not only that, but this year he did it in almost 30 less games. He repeated the WAR from the year before.
And he's getting better by far every single year. He's getting better. That's
5.1 WAR.
Yeah.
Let me put this into perspective for some of you. Okay. Anthony Volpe in his career has 8.3 WAR.
You want me to? I'll break it down even further for you.
Total. Zach Neto has beaten Volpe's career total in 2 seasons. Volpe's got 3 seasons. What are we talking about here?
If the Yankees had Neto over Volpe, they'd win the division last year.
I want to think about this. Be rational. I'm going to take a sip of my water. And now I'm going to stop joking as if I actually had to think about that. Of course they would have won the freaking division. This is not a question.
You didn't have to think about that at all.
This is not a question.
His WAR was over 4 runs higher.
What are we talking?
He had almost 4
wins. 4 more wins.
4 wins over. 4 wins over. I don't know why I said runs and wins. 4 wins over.
Well, you said runs because you were thinking about Devin Williams.
I was thinking about Devin Williams. Yeah, that's what it is. They're thinking about 4 ERAs and 5 and 6 ERAs. I was thinking about that. Lord have mercy. What are you gonna do with that one? But and that's the interesting thing too when it comes to the Yankees is, like Francis said, if you did get a Tucker and then let's say you got Tucker and Ema, yeah, those are your 2 big ones out there. But yes, the Yankees can definitely do that. So anybody out there, oh no, you can't do that. Yes, you can. 1, 2, it does then allow you to trade a lot of the talent you have for different things you need. Maybe you get a late inning reliever that you then go ahead and pair with a David Bednar. Maybe you do get a shortstop like Francis said. So the funny thing about this whole thing is that it's fairly obvious the route that the Yankees can take. The question is going to be, will they take it? Or like Brian Cashman has done before, to be fair, they can surprise us. Brian Cashman has done that late in the weeds for a while. And it's like, man, everybody else is making moves. I saw a tweet recently. Dude was like, the Red Sox got Sonny Gray. What's his face went to Toronto. Dylan Cease goes to Toronto, and then the Orioles even get Helsley. And he's like, "What are the Yankees doing? Oh, they ran out of money.
That was
It's like
funny.
the joke.
I saw that tweet. No, I mean,
It's like the joke right now. And people have gotten mad at me about this for saying this for years now. They get so offended. Yankee fans get mad, but it's true. I don't know how many bigger Yankee fans there are than me and Francis, or what we do every single day. We got to be a fan. They
There's
have
not
become
very many. Not even the ones who say that they are.
No, they have become the laughing stock of baseball. I don't know how anybody can deny that when writers make articles making fun of them. You got content creators making jokes of them.
Carabas the other day.
Bro, you even had what's his face? Justin Verlander's brother came out.
Ben
he
Verlander.
said that time, he's like, it took the Yankees this long to realize this. It's funny. Common Yankees took them longer than everybody else.
And you should.
They're the laughing stock of baseball.
When
they really
those people
are.
say that, we should be, look, instead of getting mad at these people, which I know is our first reaction, because it's like, who the hell are you? And you're just this.
Well, we want to defend the Yankees
who
first
talks
because
about-
we
and we wanna
let us
defend-
say it.
It's
Let
true.
us say it, not you.
Let's be, we could defend the Yankees, whatever. But when we come back to the quiet moment among ourselves, the fans, can we be honest with each other at least and say, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Facts.
You know they're not wrong. Like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I have a
He's gonna be real.
I have a love-hate relationship with Carabas, right? Why? The reason I hate on him, I don't hate him. He seems like a funny dude, and he's one of those guys that I feel like if we met him in person, I think we'd have a freaking ball.
Hell yeah.
What I hate on him when he trolls the Yankees because he's so freaking good at it. He's amazing. He's probably the best Yankee troll that is out there. He's so good at it that most of the people that do troll the Yankees, they kind of copy what he's doing. Now, aside from that, what do I love about is that I can tell that he's a baseball fan. Like, he's an overall baseball fan. And even when he's trolling the Yankees, there'll be another clip that comes out right after, like the other day, where he was trolling the Yankees saying, why would Tucker take deferred money to go play in New York? It's a shithole, whatever the hell. But then a little while later, the tweet comes out, the clip comes out. He's like, I mean, are they going to let Aaron Judge retire without a ring? This is a diehard Red Sox fan saying this. The Red Sox fans wish the worst possible things on themselves before having to watch the Yankees celebrate a World Series. And he's literally saying, but like, all right, let's put everything aside for one quick second. Are they really going to let this guy retire without a ring? Like, is this real? Like,
biggest, again, something else I've been saying here it'll be the biggest fumble of all time. It'll be the biggest stain in Yankee history.
and
Anybody says.
And they'll try to talk it like it's nothing.
100. Oh no,
Pete.
but we tried. But they spent this much money during that time. No teams. Blah blah blah. They'd pull everybody out to make the biggest excuses of all time. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is why we talk the way we do sometimes here, because we are looking ahead. We see ahead of where this is going. And again, does it affect Pete Simonetti or Francis Lee at NYU? Not at all. Not at all. Don't affect us. It makes us angry because the Yankees aren't winning. We want to see the Yankees win. But I feel, maybe I don't feel bad. Maybe because we've been sitting here yelling at the top of our lungs about this for years now. But Brian Cashman, you're going to sit down one day and look in the mirror and go, damn, I couldn't get that done. Hal Steinbrenner won't give a shit, but whatever. You're still going to be on that list of saying none of you got this done. Aaron Judge one day, folks, he's going to take his final at bat. And there could very well be a situation where that final at bat could be on the road in the last game of his career. And whatever it is he does wouldn't even make a difference. It wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't even matter. It may not make one difference whatsoever. He may just go out there, whatever, hit a home run. Won't make a difference. He's going to wave to that crowd and go, all we're going to sit there and go, we're happy we watched you. But man, do we feel bad for you, brother. You deserve to win, and you never did.
I'll
and
say
if
this.
that comes to that, Lord have mercy, man. Oh, you know who to blame. They're all the players and play bullshit. Yes, of course. But. You can't keep having these off seasons where you're sitting there and go, why do they settle for plan B? Stop settling. I saw somebody yesterday say, how is it bad to run it back with the same team they had? They had the most runs scored. What did it get you? And you got a chance to get better than that. What? So you just sit back? That's what they've done. It hasn't worked. Let me guess, you're 18 years old probably. And that's not a knock on young people. But you don't know what winning is. You don't have that feeling of winning. Of course you don't know.
And that's what I notice at the end of the day. And they think that it's like a, I don't know. They think like it's like a diss.
No,
To people like
not
me,
at all.
to people like me, to people like you, to people like Christian or Kev, where they're like, oh, these freaking grown men that go on there and they scream. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that you're alluding to and recognizing that we're grown men and that
I
we are
appreciate that. Thank you.
in our 30s or whatever you want to say. We're unk status. Okay, I'm
I love
sorry.
being
I don't.
unk.
I'm not from the generation where words that you say are actually going to hurt me or change my day. So that's one. And two, yes, I'm grown, which means that I'm old enough to have seen when this franchise and organization was run properly. You see, the difference between us and a lot of the people that call themselves, ball knowers or respected Twitter accounts is they're still wet behind the ears, Pete. They're still wet behind the ear. They don't know what we're talking about. They saw it on YouTube clips. They watch a TikTok every now and then of a grainy video of Derek Jeter celebrate, but they didn't live it. You see, me and you lived it. And that's why we talk the way we talk. It's easy for them to say, well, the problem is you guys just don't understand that, like that's just not how the organization is being run. And you don't understand how the organization views its finances. And you don't understand life. Buddy, that's the problem.
Can I? The whole time you're saying this, there's one quote in my mind from a show that we love. They haven't had a couple of tavern whores to warm their beds at night.
They never had the tavern wenches to warm their
beds. Yeah, I'm gonna.
On the Kings Road.
I literally added the Ralph Cifaretto whores in there. I had no choice to add a whores in there, but I had
whores.
I had no choice. A couple of tavern whores to warm their beds
Listen,
that night.
I mean,
on the Kings Road, just you and I.
I mean this in no way as disrespect to the younger generation, but
not at all. I love the younger generation.
I do mean it to say, because we have a lot of younger fans.
Damn right.
Who I love talking to. I love chopping up with them and talking baseball and just I love it. Like some people who are, you could tell they're like eager to like learn more and like and figure out like, okay, like what was that like? Like what did that? I love that. The only thing I'm saying is like you get into arguments with these people and they bring up numbers that they learned to interpret 3 or 4 years ago. They bring up players who haven't done anything in the world. They just had a couple seasons here or there, whatever. They bring up a trade from the last 6 or 7 years. They bring up a move from they bring up a winning series. They bring up but you know what they can't bring up? They can't bring up a World Series championship. And as far as I'm concerned, until you can do that, you're not going to understand where people like me and Pete come from. So it's never going to bother me when those people say the things. It's never going to bother me.
I love them. They're my favorite.
At the end of the day, it's like, you wouldn't understand. That's going to be my new response to a lot of this stuff.
Don't get it.
You wouldn't understand.
That's a good way to respond. Our good friend Ruben, shout out to Ruben, my guy, says, not saying it's remotely possible. But the guy I really wanted Jacob Wilson, the A's shortstop, 311 average. We know how this guy hits. Absolute beast. 125 games played. God bless you guys. God bless you too, Ruben, my brother. It's been far too long to see you in here, fam. Appreciate you.
Amen. What's up, Rube?
Yeah, look, man. Yeah, who wouldn't be excited about getting that guy in this team? I mean, the guy that puts the ball in play, hits for average, gets on base, could be a leadoff hitter for us, of course. But, that's kind of, if we're thinking it's far-fetching overall, those are names that are obviously, as he said, not going to happen.
If they traded him, you would have to investigate them. Like
facts. True North says, you guys are cool, but you don't know shit. How dare you, True North? You damn Canadians. Besides, look, all right, there's a lot of Yankee Canadian fans out there, right? We got one in the chat. His name is Scott Wright, and he's my favorite Canadian that ever lived, damn it. All right? My favorite Canadian that ever lived, Scott Wright. All right? To me, he's the best. I don't know why, True North. He loves us. He loves us, by the way, folks. He's just saying that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sergio. He's playing. Like he's
playing. He loves us.
He's a regular here, and we love True North. He's a good Blue Jays fan who's in here, whether we playing the Jays or not. He's one of the good ones, man. And hey, True North, we're happy for you. We covered your team's big move with Dylan Cease the other day.
Let me tell you, True North. I'll tell you something right now. You don't got many Jays fans that are as big as fan as I am of Dylan Cease. I'm just saying. So I stamped the approval mark on that deal, not that couple of days ago. Just saying. I put the mark of approval on that deal. It is what it is. We'll see what our Yankees counter with. But right now, it has been silence from the New York Yankees. We will see what happens.
It would have been funnier if that tweet said, the Red Sox got Sonny Gray. The Blue Jays got Dylan Cease. The Baltimore Orioles got Ryan Helsley. The New York Yankees, they gave Trent Grisham $22 million. I would have been so happy.
Yo, what you saying all of this stuff? Watch Trent Grisham at 41 bombs this year.
You know what's so funny?
235.
Can I say this? If Trent Grisham goes out in 2026, and I'm not even going to say 45, if he goes out in 2026 and hits what he had this year, 34?
30, yeah, I think 34.
If he repeats and
it
hits
was in the 30s
and bats over 230 or whatever, I'll come back and say, you know what? I'm glad that he was able to repeat the season that he had, and I'm very glad that he had a good year, and I'm happy for him, and it's very good. I still don't think he was worth $22 million.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too. Why would you be upset? We wouldn't be upset. That's the thing. I said, guys, I got going back to 2019 of saying the Yankees are never going to win a World Series with Aaron Boone. I sit there and I say every year, I can't wait for the year I'm wrong. Bro. I cannot wait for the year I can say, Booney, you did it. I'm wrong. Look at the jerk off. I had it wrong. I don't care about being right or wrong. I give my opinion. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. I don't care. That's what I do.
I'll 100% admit that my reasoning with the Trent Grisham stuff is predicated on me believing that he's going to have a hard time duplicating 2025 and 2026. If he is able to do that, while I will still remain fervent in my point of I don't think he's worth $22 million, I will say, you know what? He did surprise me by repeating last season because I did not have him doing that. I didn't think he could. So I'll be the first one to come on here and say that. But I ain't going to feel no way about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's 162. My brother Pete says this all the time. To me, it's one of the best quotes of any content creator ever. Baseball is one of the hardest sports to predict.
Easy by far.
You understand? And the fact that he says that, I think it's a very humble thing on his part. And for me, I have to accept that humbly that it's true. This game that we covered, it's unforgiving. How do you predict 162 games?
You can't.
How do you predict October?
Did anybody predict Cam Schlittler coming up the way he did? And even if there was, by the way, even if there were people, because in spring training, go back to it, I said, man, actually, this kid looks pretty damn good. I said, he'll help at some point. Never in my mind did I think we'd get the guy that we got to see a bit in the second half there and going into the postseason. I never would have expected that.
Hell no.
And it's not like it was because, if you're a Yankee fan, you didn't know much about him. Well, you did. He was not a top prospect across the board with, a top 100, or many people saw him as one of the top young right-handers in the game. Guess what? He is now, but not everybody saw that. No. He wasn't on the rankings of anything like that. He was on the rankings of the Yankees, but you never sat there and said, oh, shit, this is going to be a staple in our rotation for years to come. Not a lot of people felt that way. So, again, the game of baseball is no question about it. A very, 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 very tough game to predict. It's far too long. Baseball is a long, long season. I mean, you got guys that have, again, horrible first halves, horrible 2 months, and then they bat 340 the rest of the season. Juan Soto did it. He got off to a terrible start. We went to a game where Mets fans were booing him. I'm sitting there looking around going like, this is nuts. Mets fans were ripping them apart. Pete Alonso comes up, they went bananas. Nimmo, they went bananas. Lindor, they went bananas. Soto came up, it was quiet.
Cricket.
And then he made out. Forget about it. The boos rang down, and I get it. But
some of the stuff that we heard in those stands,
it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad, man. Yeah. And that was early. That was early in the year. So,
and it's not to say that, Yankee fans don't do the same. We're not speaking.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah, we do.
Let me tell you the things you'll hear.
We say some shit. They say some shit. Let me tell you right now. But,
yeah.
Guys, I mean, we got a chance to cover, is it a rumor? I don't know. I mean, it's a man's opinion, but this is what this time of year is. We don't have there's not anything set in stone right now. And look, when there is, and there's maybe a little bit of fire there, we will go live and we'll be here live during the winter meetings. The Yankees do typically make moves during the winter meetings, just to be fair. They have a pretty decent track record of being active during the winter meeting, so I think that'll happen. The rumor is out there. I don't know who it was. I think it was John Heyman, I want to say, who said that Bellinger's the go-to for the Yankees. That's the one they want, and then the backup would be Tucker. They even, matter of fact, I got it right here. I copied this. I took a screenshot of this. I actually wanted to read this. I'm happy I just thought about this. I think they even mentioned that it sounds backwards, but here it is. The Yankees appear to view Kyle Tucker as the backup plan to Cody Bellinger. The next sentence, rather than the other way around. Because everybody knows that. Like, it just doesn't add up. It's Yankee logic. It's Yankee logic. We had him last year, it worked. And guess what it says after that? Cheaper. And this is why we are frustrated as Yankee fans. That's why we're frustrated as Yankee fans, because this shouldn't be the conversation. The backup should be Cody Bellinger. And you could say, well, we had him. We know that. Cute. That's cute. He had a good year. Cute. I know. I like him too. I don't dislike him. But when there's a guy available in the same exact year that is a better player, he's younger. He's younger and a way better. It fits the Yankees lineup way better, to a T. That's the guy you go after. And money shouldn't be the deterrent. You shouldn't hear that, well, this guy's cheaper, so that's why. No, man, that's not the Yankee way. You're not going to win every free agent. We know that. But in the year when there is an obvious better player that's available, both of them going to take many, many years to sign. How do you not go the route of Kyle Tucker 1A? That's my beef with the Yankees. It has nothing to do with Cody Bellinger. I like the player. I don't like him for 6 years. I don't like that. But again, how do you sit there and say Tucker's the backup to Belly? It's bananas.
I also say,
oh, he says,
I don't know. With the way it's early in the off season. So take this with,
are you saying you don't buy it?
No, take this with a grain of salt. The more that I hear it, the less I believe it. I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know what the hell's going on. But it's a weird offseason for me. I was very convicted at the outset. And then the more that I hear it, the more I'm just like, I'm starting not to believe this. And it's many reasons. I could sit here and give you a freaking thing, but I'll make it real simple. Who are the Yankees bidding against for Cody Bellinger? Don't tell me who you've been told that they're bidding against. Who are they actually bidding against? Because we've been told that the Mets are interested in, but where's the smoke?
We know that's a story.
Where's the smoke? Where's the smoke?
We know what that is.
Where's the smoke there? We've been told that, the Dodgers, he could, Boris was like, he had good years in LA and whatever. Where's the smoke? Where's the smoke? All I'm saying, we're told that, Toronto's going to add or whatever. Toronto just gave $210 million to Dylan Cease. Where's the smoke?
I could, based on the comment, I could tell you where the smoke is. William Henry just said that's like wanting to date Nicole Kidman and having Sydney Sweeney as backup. There's your smoke show.
He's
comment of the night, by the way.
Cool hand Will. That's comment of the night, and it's not even close. That might be comment of the month.
Maybe comment of the year, to be honest.
I've
been put on to the game of Sydney Sweeney, by the way, very recently. And Lord have mercy, let me tell you.
He said, my eyes have been open.
That is a smoke show, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, William Henry, God bless you, brother.
All I'm saying is, Pete, we were told certain things about Cody Bellinger's market going into this offseason. I'm not seeing that happen. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm being real with you. Mets just traded Nimmo.
Yep.
I don't know that the Mets move right. The next move is, we're going to give Cody Bellinger 6 years to be a Met. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying they don't got the money.
I love how you say that.
I'm not saying
to be a Met.
Like, I'm being real. I'm talking.
No, I know you are.
I'm talking
I just love how you said that.
If I'm David Stearns, I'm like, I'm going to Uncle Steve. 6 years to Cody. He looked nice with them last year, but can I level with your Uncle Stevie? Can I level with? We just traded a guy who, he's pretty close to that. You know what I'm saying? We just traded him for Marcus Simeon. I think, I don't know. I don't think we got to go that route. Now, if the Mets are out, I mean, that was their whole thing. You understand? Scott Boras is not going to show you on his face that he's shaking. But if the Mets are out, Pete, what do you do with Cody Bellinger's market? Because now it's time for you to be a real freaking agent. And I'm not saying he's not. He's the best, and he's the best for a reason. But remember, this has been their game plan since the season, Pete. These articles came out not just right now, in the middle of the year. What did they tell us? And the Mets might be interested in Cody Bellinger too. The crosstown rivals, they might try to take another outfielder from the Yankees and whatever. If all of a sudden it becomes apparently and abundantly clear that the Mets are out on Cody Bellinger, what do you do? Who do you negotiate against then?
I think that's and that could be the Yankees' understanding there, is that how low could this go for Cody Bellinger? Who is the real competition? We don't have to jump the gun on a guy like Tucker right now. You can kind of wait a little bit. You can kind of wait and see how this unfolds, because what is that market? We heard the Angels. The Angels?
And that's my thing.
That's what we heard recently. The Angels.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
All right, they want to overpay for him.
I'm not saying that Boras won't be. That's what I'm saying. Boras is he'll stir the pot. He'll get some teams interested and say, Cody will go play there and whatever. But now it becomes like, all right, so let's be real. Let's have a real conversation, Cody. Let's have a real conversation. So you're gonna go from the Dodgers to the Cubs to the Yankees to the Angels.
Yep.
Okay, Cody. Okay. And what's the second part of everything Francis is saying and why, whatever? The second part that all of you are waiting for me to say is, if this is true, then it's like a math equation. If this, then what? Well, if this is true for Cody, then what does that mean for Senor Kyle Tucker? Whose market is another market who we said, okay, like whatever. He's there. He's been there. You know what I'm saying? He's, the Cubs. Mm-hmm. He did well in the Cubs. What's happening with him in the Cubs? What's the early indication there? Have you guys heard anything?
Nothing.
We heard a lot about Toronto. We heard a lot about Toronto, and I came on this podcast and said I could see it. I mean, they've got money, and and then they gave Dylan Cease $210 million.
Yeah, that's right.
And now I'm not saying they don't have more money. Toronto got money.
Yeah, they got a lot of money.
Toronto got.
That's why a lot of people immediately said, well, Bo's going to happen too. They'll make that work. I can still see that.
But that's the question though for me, Pete, because now you got Dylan Cease, and now you got your rotation, and now if they sign another big contract, I think it's one.
It's Bo,
and I think it's Bo Bichette.
It's got to be Bo. I mean, look at the play, bro. Look at the players.
No, and he wants to be there. And Bo Bichette,
he wants to be there.
He has said throughout this whole time that he wants to be a Blue Jay. He wants to stay there, and I respect that, and you respect that. We're not.
I've said it. It's always. I always said it. I always said it from the very beginning. I said I like Bo Bichette. That doesn't mean the Yankees will do it. I would have knocked his socks off to get him away from Toronto. Doesn't mean the Yankees would do that. We all know and understand that, but. I mean, you're right. We don't know what the market is here. We have no idea what the market is with Cody Bellinger. We don't know what the market is with Tucker yet. Obviously, Tucker's 28. The upside is insane. And the only thing that gives me maybe a little bit of hope regarding the Yankees when it comes to Kyle Tucker is, again, they've seen what that could be. Judge doesn't have 10 years left. We know that, right? Judge is that window is starting to close. People are talking about it more and more every year. Pairing Tucker with Judge gives the Yankees a much better chance to win the World Series every year going forward. Gives them a much better chance to win the year going forward, and that's it.
Here's what I'll say. My guys, Subway to Shades in the chat. He said, Nimmo wasn't half the defender Bellinger was. Stearns wants defense out there. I understand that 100%.
So you're going to pay for all that?
I'm a very big Stearns guy. I've been interpreting Stearns since the moment the Mets named him, and I've been telling you, I like the cut of this guy's jib, and I like the way he thinks. But I'm going to say this to you. as much as he's prioritizing, and it's not even just defense, because Subway to Shea is going to agree with me when I say this. His catchphrase, his keyword, the thing that he loved, run prevention. Run prevention, run prevention, run prevention, run prevention. But you know what is also synonymous with run prevention? Not those long-term deals. That's all I'm saying. So when we get to that point, it's like, yes, he could prioritize that Cody defense 1,000%, but to the tune of 6 years and the money that Scott Boras wants?
Not when Harrison Bader is out there.
Especially if, like you just said, you can get that defense from a guy who you've already had in house, and yeah, it might not have been the best situation, whatever. But look at what Bader did just now with the Phillies or whatever. I mean, I get it. It's not the sexy move, and if I was a Met fan, I'd be like, I'd
want the sexy move too.
You could have got Bellinger, and then you went and signed a freaking. You brought Bader back or whatever. But if I am to believe that it's run prevention, and it's like, I mean, am I gonna really pay Cody Bellinger that contract solely off of that?
If that's your reasoning of going to get him, not for or is that what you want to do? Bellinger's probably not the smartest move for that.
Not to mention, here we go again. It's the same. It's very similar though on the Mets side. It's like, okay, yeah, but what pushes me as David Stearns and Steve Cohen to say I got to pay him that price if I see that, yeah, but you could go to him and say, no, but the Yankees, he was just with them and the Yankees are interested. He's their priority. Yeah, Cashman said it. You heard him. He said he's their priority. Didn't you listen or whatever? And if I'm Uncle Stevie, I say, okay, but why aren't they doing anything then?
Why didn't they lock him in already?
Like, if he's their priority, they're so gung-ho about this guy. Whatever. Okay, but yeah. I don't see, like, I hear the talk. I see you talking. I hear it. I'm not seeing action. That's all I'm saying. And it's early. It's early. I understand it's early.
It's very
We're
early.
About to go into December tomorrow. Yeah. I understand that. So again, like I said before I started this whole diatribe, people, take this with a grain of salt. I'm just reading tea leaves. All I'm saying is, if this shit flips on its head, just remember that we kind of told you that this was a possibility because I don't know, bro. There's something that's starting to smell just a little funky. This could all be changed 2 weeks from now, and they sign Cody Bellinger at the winter meetings.
Yeah, look, I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued, and I don't want it to. I've said this a lot. I don't want it to come across that I am not a fan of Cody Bellinger. I really like the player. I like him a lot. I've said it. I've been very consistent here. I'm not a fan of Cody Bellinger for 5+ seasons. I'm not a fan of that. 5, I'm almost borderline. Like, maybe I could deal with the 5, and I believe you're going to get good years out of Cody Bellinger still. I don't like the idea if Tucker's available, you pay the difference. I mean, you figure out the difference. Let's. Francis said this last week. I'll kind of limit it to one player and not talk about bringing in 2, which it wasn't that Francis was wrong. He was right of the point he was making. But I'll just say it like this. If you were going to offer, and they did, they offered a shit ton of money. People all like to say, well, they got freed after that. Still, even so, listen to me. Money's off the books, right? More money's coming off the books. Even so, Tucker's not going to 700. Tucker's not going to 500. Tucker's maybe not going to 400. You never know. You don't know. You don't know. So with that being said, I'm sorry. You can extend that deal to 8. He's 36 when he's done. And that is the deal that you make for the years that Judge is going to be his best. You got to put him with the better player. You got an obligation in my view, it's an obligation at that point for the Yankees.
Pete,
you really need to now more than ever put the best players on the team. Pete. And guess what it makes you do then? What we started the show with. Well, then Dominguez and Jones could be traded. Yes.
Exactly.
And if you get a starter, your some of your prospects there, your starters that you don't got room for, can also then be traded. You can really make the club a powerhouse. And let's be honest, Brian Cashman's not big on doing this, but you could also move. You could also move some money if you really had to. I know Cashman's not big on saying, "Hey, let me go ahead and move a McMahon 16 mil. Let me do that and try to add another piece there via trade because there's not a shortstop I like. Maybe I could find a third baseman. Maybe I could find a second baseman and move Jazz back to there." I'm just saying there's creativity that can happen. And Darius, my brother, who's always spot on, even offering Soto 700, they still offered Yamamoto 3. They got it. They got it. This is our point of why we get aggravated about this. It's because why do we settle for the worst player? And it's not like, again, Bellinger doesn't suck. Nobody's saying that.
No.
Nobody's saying the Yankees bringing Bellinger. I'm going to be saying, oh my God, this is a bad move.
Not at all.
I like Belly.
Not at all.
But again, you can't sit there and say you should sit out on Cody, on Tucker, because Bellinger's available. That's bananas.
Look, what you just alluded to something that, again, a lot of people might say, oh, no. You see, that's why there's no way. He's getting 400. He's getting 400. He's getting 400.
You don't know.
We've been told this. We've been told, people say, no, but it's going to happen. It's going to, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, take a trip with Pete and I down memory lane.
Oh, shit.
The year is, I believe, I'm not mistaken, might have been 2022 or something. I could be wrong.
2022.
And the player's name is Carlos Correa.
Ooh, Carlos.
Do you guys remember what the projections had him getting in the contract that year?
Shit, 500 plus.
Do you guys remember
Or
how
something?
much money he was gonna get? He's definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. He's gonna whatever. I mean, he was going to the Mets. He was going to the Giants, and then he was going to the Minnesota Twins for a way less deal. This is free agency. Now, granted, people are gonna say, "Oh, it's a different situation." You know, the injury was Correa, the ankle, the back. Yes, okay. He couldn't pass the physical. I understand, but everybody knew that before the offseason started, ladies and gentlemen.
The ankle, everybody knew about.
And they still projected him to get this money. The projections weren't based on whether or not he could pass a physical. People, the projections were based on a market that they were forecasting, and this happens in finance. Anybody who knows about finance is going to understand what I'm saying here. Forecasting is not a true science. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Forecasting is not a true science. So what people are saying, like, yes, in my mind, I'm like, could I see him getting 400? Could I see him getting 450? Of course I could. Yeah.
Yep.
Could I also see him getting 375, 360, the Aaron Judge deal? Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why anybody would be shocked by that. And look,
and if he does go to the Blue Jays, like this guy said, okay, beautiful. Okay, then where's Bo playing in 2026?
oh yeah, they're not getting both of those guys back. There's no way. And look, if they did it, I would tip my cap.
Shit, if they did that, hell yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
If the Blue Jays, look, I'd have nothing bad to say.
You can't.
Bro,
how could you?
If you did all that,
Tucker,
I would tip my friggin' cap and say, look, man, you guys deserve where you're going.
Shit.
You deserve what Canada. You deserve where you're going. As a Yankee fan, I can't even get aggravated about that because that would shock the shit out of me. I don't think it's gonna happen. If it does, I'll come right back on the show and I'll tip my cap. And no doubt I have no problem with it. Tip my cap. Unbelievable. And that's the thing that Francis is obviously saying, and he's right. You just never know. You never know what the market is. You never know what it is. Remember, so a lot of people are gonna sit there, yeah, but Soto wasn't worth. No, he wasn't projected at 700 plus. But here's the thing.
It started at 600.
He had 4 or 5 teams that were offering contracts along those lines.
That's what.
Do you think that Kyle Tucker is going to have 4 or 5 teams going at? They're going to 4. I'm going to 450.
No.
If they're going to 450. I'm going to 5.
No.
If they're doing 5, I might do 520.
No.
I don't think so.
Especially,
and
listen.
Let's be real. It certainly is not happening for Cody Bellinger. It's certainly not happening for Cody Bellinger.
Even if the Cody Bellinger stuff is still realistic for both the Yankees and the Mets, there's no way in the bluest of hells that negotiation becomes like the Juan Soto. There's no way. I'm sorry. One of the two teams taps out immediately and says, oh, they want to give him 7 years? Okay, cool.
Yankee said it.
If you go to Brian Cashman, right? And Brian Cashman
said it.
We got 5 years, something on the table. We'll go to 6 years or whatever. And Boris comes back and says, well, the Mets are saying they'll do 7. Cashman says, okay, have a good day. With all the shit that they said, he walks away from that. I'm telling you, he walks away from
that. Did I listen to something wrong? Was it maybe it was Michael K or somebody? But I swear, Brian Cashman said, if that gets out of hand, we'll walk away. Like $30 million a year or multiple or too many years. Maybe I'm nuts, but I swear that was Cashman. I could very well be wrong here. But it was Cashman, Hal, or one of them.
No, I think he said it, but he didn't say it in a way that was direct naming Cody Bellinger, but everybody knew he was talking about Cody Bellinger.
Okay, because I remember hearing something along the lines, and I'm like, yeah,
gets out of hand, things get out of hand. Obviously, we're comfortable also walking away.
Right. And A. Becker, I'm there with you. I do not think Cody Bellinger goes 7+ years, but that's only if somebody comes at him like the Blue Jays did with Dylan Cease, by the way. Like somebody did, like the Blue Jays did with Dylan Cease, where Cease got that contract and his agent said, you better fucking sign this. You better be signing this one
The Angel, for instance, right? The Angels, the interest from the Angels could be real. The Angels could come out there and say, I mean, listen, man, we got to sell tickets somehow. What, we offer Cody Bellinger 7 years. He played in LA
Possible.
before. Let's offer him 7 years. The thing is, though, okay, the Angels can offer him 7 years, and Brian Cashman can look at that and say, we're doing 6. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You want to go to the Angels? Go to the Angels. But we're staying at 6. And David Stearns and the Mets could do the same exact shit. They could be like, we're not going 7. Sorry. And then what?
No doubt about it.
Now you have a decision to make.
Yep.
Is it about the money?
Why...
Okay, cool. Enjoy Anaheim.
Yep. And that is exactly why this is an interesting offseason. It really is. And, you know, there was a couple of people even on Twitter that were messaging me and just saying, and I always tell everybody, look, I don't live on Twitter. If you want to come watch the show, watch the show. You hear all my opinions there. I promise that this is where I do everything. I don't make additional content on Twitter alone or IG alone. I do it here. This is the home base. This is HQ for me. People are saying, yeah, but would you be upset if it was Bellinger and Imai? And I sat there and said, no, I wouldn't be upset if the Yankees got Cody Bellinger and Imai. No, because they can still then go out there and upgrade. They can upgrade via trade. All I've ever talked about was getting Imai because it allows them to do exactly what I'm saying right there. Tucker and Imai would be shit. It would be 2024 offseason. It would be to that level for me.
Can I go out on a limb and say something that you might or people might say is crazy? I think it's better than 2024.
Well,
you're bringing in
Imai,
Pete. You're bringing in. I think
that's fair.
And adding Imai to Max Fried, Cam Schlittler, Rodon, and Cole, and you're adding Kyle Tucker to Aaron Judge. I mean, what you lose in Tucker versus Soto, you gain in Imai to the rotation.
I do think if that's the case, you do got to get a right-handed hitter in that infield. Additional.
That's another reason why I like that, though.
And I don't think it's
forced to do that. Right now, I feel like they're forced to do that. Anthony Volpe is not a good enough hitter for you to consider.
And that's my
at least
thing.
We have Volpe as our right-handed hitter. No, you don't. He's non-existent. I'm sorry. So the fact that he's a righty is enough? No, it's not. And they know it's not enough. I don't care what they're saying publicly. I feel like, look, we argue and we whatever, but I mean, it comes to a point, brother, where we got to really sit there. In reality, is it really truly possible that the Yankees say we're good on right-handed hitting because we have Anthony Volpe?
No, there's no world. There's no world that that's true.
That's true. There's
the
no
Yankees,
world where that's true.
Bro, let's be honest. And we joke around about this. We can make fun of the Yankees moves, but they believe in what they do, right? They believe in what they do. I have a hard time believing they really believe that Anthony Volpe is a future at shortstop at this point.
Me too.
I think early on, they did believe that. And fair game, they should have. They should have believed that. Yes. There's nothing wrong with that. But after 1,800 ABs, you got to show something there that lets us say, hey, you know what? We could defend this. As I was doing in May, by the way. A lot of you were attacking me in May, and you ended up being right. Fair game. But I was sitting there going, hey, look, I know people are mad about Anthony Volpe. He has a 756 OPS. I mean, that's a major improvement.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting later into the year, and the guy has a 750-something OPS. That's pretty damn good for your shortstop. If he could stay at 230, 240 and do that, not everybody's as aggravated. The problem is Anthony Volpe has not been a major league hitter. It's that simple. He hasn't been a major league hitter. And forget about the hype. Forget about what he was promised to be. Forget about any of that. Fact of the matter is, you got to get your team better. And there is a glaring hole at shortstop. Now, do I think the Yankees are better with Caballero at shortstop every day? I do.
As of right now, yes.
As of right now, yes, of course. I do think they're better. But you also got to go back to what Aaron Boone said. Aaron Boone straight up said, when he was asked, can Caballero play shortstop every day? Well, you know, he's been a utility guy. That's how we see him. We don't want to put him out there every single day. So you need to find somebody who can do that every single day. And hopefully it could be a guy that can bat right hand. I know some people in the chat earlier were saying, Pete, what about Tatis? I don't think Tatis would ever come in. If that miracle, insanity shit ever took place. Michael K, good job pushing that, because that's, I think, what people should do. Is if it's a possibility, the Yankees need a gun for somebody like that. But the idea of him playing shortstop, that ain't gonna happen. You know, that's I don't think that happens. I don't think that's even part of the conversation of happening. The part of him playing the outfield, yeah, left field is wide open, of course. But look, we don't have all the answers. I don't know who's going to be available. I don't know what even makes sense necessarily as shortstop with the players out there. I don't know. But the Yankees have an opportunity to upgrade that position that desperately needs upgrading. And hell, a lot of you in the chat has all said, hey, look, McMahon's not it, Pete. You're not wrong. If they can upgrade at third base too, they very well should upgrade at third base. So we're not saying that you got to add a bunch of money. They might be able to upgrade at third base and save money. You ever thought of that? It's not too insane to think about.
People are kind of delulu about Ryan McMahon and what a market for him would look like. I know he's not the flashiest name, you know, since he got traded over here, but you're talking not even gold. I mean, I look at that guy. He's like a platinum over there at third base.
I mean, phenomenal at third base.
Gobbles everything. This dude he's legit. Now, yes, the bat might not be what it, but the bat is what it is at this point. I feel like with Ryan McMahon, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get that lefty who has some pop. The strikeouts are there. This is who he is. I think that there's a lot of teams that would take that in a heartbeat. I think there's a lot of teams that are like, he fits our lineup. For the Yankees, he's a redundancy in this line. If he was right-handed, we would not be talking about trading him.
Hey, JK on one thing too, he's not wrong. McMahon's also one of the only guys that hit for the Yankees in the postseason. Just to give him a pat on the back there, because I know he took a beating. One thing I said about McMahon is that Yankees hitting coaches got to work with him. He should be just an absolute Deadpool guy. That's to me what he should be. He should be somebody that you really come up and say, hey, look, man, if you get a pitch inside, you can't miss it. Can't miss it. Like, that's got to be your trigger. I got to drive the ball here at Yankee Stadium, because is Ryan McMahon going to be some 260 hitter next year? Probably not. I don't think we see that. You never know. You never know, but I don't think so. But for the fans saying trade McMahon, you're not, I'm not going to sit here and go, are you nuts? No, I'm not going to do that at all. I think there is certainly a case to be made there. No doubt about it. And Juice Man, you're not wrong either. We won the World Series with worst third baseman. You're right. You're right. Ryan McMahon's a great defender. He had a chance to be pretty decent. Angel Osuna said Dominguez hit 1,000 in the postseason. Yeah, it's 1AB, dude. You're right about that. But guys, just real quickly before we go ahead and wrap up this show, Black Friday sale still going. I'll be honest with you, I'm probably gonna run this for only a couple of more days. I don't know if anybody wants some hats or NYU gear for Christmas time, but if you buy 2 hats, you get a pin or a hat chain. Anything you put in your cart, it'll automatically mark that at 0. But we still got some beautiful things available, folks. Multiple hats available here. The NYU tee, we got 1 in medium. If there are any orders tonight, I will ship them out tomorrow morning. That's how I do it here at the U, folks. So go ahead and get your merchandise. Again, t-shirt, I got 1 left. I literally marked it down to $25. I don't know. Medium is apparently not an NYU size. I guess we only had like 3 available. 2 of them are gone. Everybody's like, come on, man. This channel, based off our demographics, are predominantly men. So I guess larger men or older men in general. Men, I was like, I'll wear large.
I keep telling you, get it for your
extra
girl.
Large, extra. Get it for your girl's house. They or a kid. Might be able to fit it for a kid. Who knows? But also, anyway, guys, again, just so you're aware, if anybody wanted to get we got Yankee hats available. We wanted to gift it to somebody Christmas time. I send these out very quick. Anybody who's ordered already, I send typically anything that is ordered weekday goes out the next day. So you get your orders like this. Tracking, all that stuff included directly. You get everything. So I wanted to be able to plug that. Do we have a smash or pass?
I don't know. Let's see.
Any smash or passes out there from anybody? We got a couple real quickly to have a little fun with, and then we're gonna wrap it up, folks. I didn't think we were gonna do a 2-hour episode tonight, but here we are as always. William Henry's excited, man. He wants smash or pass time.
Oh, he's got
Let's see if he got a name for us.
He's got one. Today, I didn't think we were doing 2 hours either, but today was fun, man.
That's a good episode.
I had a lot of fun today.
What? That's the U for you, damn it. How many people do this? I'd tell you that much. How many people do what we do at the U? I can tell you that.
It's quiet on a lot of fronts.
Medina, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. I don't think we have anything. I was waiting for William Henry to say it, but I don't think we have. Oh, wait, Mrs. George. Oh, my God. We're doing cartoons now. This is what we become. Hold on. Wait. Johnny Riv. Johnny Riv is my guy.
Struthers.
Sally Struthers.
Okay.
Sally Struthers. Smash or pass.
Pull her up.
Here we go. Where is Sally? Okay, I think this is Sally Struthers now. This is Francis Alley right here, I think.
That is a smash, ladies and gentlemen.
Lord have mercy, man.
Ronnie, it's so funny because Ronnie and Steels always go back and forth. The one Ronnie sent, Steels sent her. I think.
Yes, that's a
2
smash
months
all
ago.
day. I mean, it's not even
That's
a
an
conversation.
automatic.
Not even a conversation.
Yeah, nah. She was
Rosie, the maid from the Jetsons. Wasn't she a robot?
Yeah, wasn't that a robot gang?
Oh, Maron, we doing this already? You got people out there smashing robots already, apparently.
Hey, it's a thing.
This is
It's
a sick world we're living in, folks.
It's very sick.
We're living in a
It's
sick
very
world
sick.
over here.
It's very sick. I pray
Smashing
for 'em.
robots. Your penis is going to get electrocuted. What are you, nuts? God almighty. Lord have mercy. What do you lube that thing up with, WD-40?
What's this guy gonna land in the fucking fairway?
Man, Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob. Hey, man, hold on. Whoa. We got one from William Henry.
Tori
We got
Spelling.
one from William Henry. All right, William. I got you, my friend. Let's see what we got here.
No, Tori.
Little Tory Spelling action.
Come on.
Oh, this is easy for Francis. I don't even got for me.
Automatic, systematic, smash.
Oh, he got the smash.
Oh yeah.
He got the got the
man.
smash.
I bet that felt good, didn't it?
I miss doing heat.
Letting off the heat. Yeah.
I miss doing heat. By the way, when Aguilar's defeated Licey the other night, it ended in the strikeout. I put in the comments, "Hey, struck him out." I wish I could have added the. It's all right.
We won a couple games this week though. I'm pretty.
I mean, look, but we already know. I gotta say, we already know. Mrs. Incredible.
Automatic.
It's a cartoon again.
Automatic. No, Mrs. Incredible is thicker than Mrs. Met.
Mrs. Met is thick. We got one more from my guy Johnny Riv. That's the last one I'm gonna take today, folks. Let's see. All right. Talia Shire. I think I'm saying that correct. Am I saying that right? I think so. Wait, isn't that's Adrian? That's Adrian, isn't it?
Talia Shire. Isn't that Adrian?
Yeah, that's Adrian.
Yeah. Come on. I'm gonna pass out of respect to Rocky.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can't do that to Mr. Balboa there.
I ain't
Christian,
stepping
our good friend. Our good friend Christian might also get offended by that. So I'm gonna leave.
Oh, don't let Christian hear you say that.
Don't let Christian hear anybody say anything bad about anything Rocky. Just don't do it. All right, it's his thing. It's all right. Leave it alone. Don't do it. Kicking with Roy says smash and fuck Rocky. Oh my god.
Damn, Roy's
a dog, bro.
Nah,
Roy's a dog. Let me tell you.
Roy in these streets, man. You gotta get it how
Roy is a dog. Let me just tell you.
I feel it.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna wrap it on up. Appreciate you guys. And again, if you are doing the maid from the Jetsons, you better wrap it up. I'm just, that could be very, very deadly for you. It comes with a 1 and sign on it. But anyway, folks, peace out. Have a great rest of your day. Francis, take us on out of here, man.
Listen, man, y'all already know. Keep it locked and stay tuned. You better be liking this video up. We had well over 100 in here for most of this time, man.
Yeah.
Gave y'all 2 hours, man. Where else? Who else but you? So make sure that you are already subscribed. And if you haven't already, do it on the way out. Tell a friend to tell their grandmother to subscribe to you. Follow us on Instagram. There it goes right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Body MVP. Listen, Instagram is the place to be. That's where you are getting all the shorts, all the clips, all the reels, all the different posts, the pictures, which are edited, of course, by our MVP. That, people want to poach her. They want to take her from, what I'm saying? They're interested with it, but it's not going to happen. It's got a lifetime contract. Now, she might disagree, but it's a lifetime contract, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Hey. The minute we got married, it became a lifetime
You know what I'm
contract,
saying?
damn it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Part of the deal.
she's going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She's with us. She's locked in. But again, like I said, if you want to see the great talents of the MVP, then you need to be on the damn Instagram, man. Because I mean, it's the best Instagram of any content creators out there, man. I say that very unbiased. And if you want to call me biased, I don't really care. Just don't call me for dinner unless the food's good. So keep it locked and stay tuned because the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
Facts. And one quick plug. Francis clothing line right here. You can hit it up too.
Right.
Plug it. Go ahead, plug it.
That's right. Listen, man, he got on the Heart of the City blackout shirt, one of my favorite shirts. HeartOTC.com. If you haven't already, check it out. Got a bunch of stuff there. Very affordable stuff for y'all. Listen, man, check it out. Get yourself a nice t-shirt. Get yourself a hoodie. It's cold as shit over here, brother.
These are nice. These are very nice.
That's a heavyweight
very
tee
nice.
you got there. Listen, it's cold as shit. Y'all need to get some hoodies and stuff. Yep. Y'all need to get it popping. I'm telling you right now. I was outside today. I was freezing everything off. Y'all need to get your hoodies and get your stuff popping. And
I took out the garbage the other night. I couldn't feel my toes when I walked back in.
No, yo, bro, it is bad outside. Yo, the winter is going to be cold. Let's hope the Yankees do something to warm our hearts because if not, the Night King gonna be walking into Yankee Stadium.
I might, you know what? Next year, I might be Count Dracula all season. I don't know if that happens.
I don't know.
Might be Count Dracula all season.
See, that's where that's where we might lose Jira. Like if it ever got to the point, of Count Dracula all season,
she'd say, you know what? It's finally happened. He's actually lost it. That's it.
He snapped. He snapped.
I got.
You know what's funny?
That's it.
It's the documentary. It's just that moment where you see her and she's, I just need a moment.
You hear me in the background? Children of the night. Folks, peace out. Have a great rest of your night. You know we will never come whack on a designated spitters track. Until next time, guys. Peace out, baby.